Welcome to my she shed in the basement. This is where I keep all the seeds. Okay, this is my setup in the basement. I have these shelving units right here that have grow lights on them. These ones are on already. These ones aren't on yet. I won't need them quite yet. I've got another big light up here I can use. And then I've got a bunch of smaller ones I can bring in. And then this old dresser is now where I store all my seeds. I used to use one of those. You see them a lot on different YouTubers. They have a box, like a photo collecting box. But you're going to see why I switched. I ran out because I have a seed problem. And I am sure I'm not the only person on here that does. So I have got mine broken down. It's a 4-door dresser. I've got spring crops, summer crops, flowers. And the bottom one I stash, I think it's full of pine cones right now. Random things that I don't want to get rid of. So I'm going to show you. Don't tell my husband. He's a subscriber, but I really don't think that he watches. So these are all of the seeds, and I just use whatever containers I can find. I had these old containers from my daughter's kitchen set when she was little. Yeah, look, it was a sandwich making set. And it's the perfect size to hold these. So I'll just look through them real quick and show you kind of what I've got. I keep all of like my root vegetables over here. Radishes, beets, onions, carrots are back here somewhere. Yep, carrots. I have a whole container full of lettuces, head and seed lettuce, or head and leaf lettuce. And then other things that are early, cabbages, a lot of things in that category. Celery, Swiss chard, kale, spinach, all that kind of stuff is in here. And then over here, I keep all of my herbs because I start those inside early. Cumin. Has anyone grown cumin from seed? I tried it last year. My seeds didn't take. I'm very interested to try again this year. Cilantro. Isn't that pretty? Basil. You are so pretty. All that kind of stuff in here. And then my pea seeds are up here too. And then I also keep, I hang on to like old packets in case it's something that I know I'm out of. I want to make sure I can go back and be like, oh yeah, I did have that, but it's all gone now. So spring stuff goes in here. And that's just where I start working out of when I start doing my spring vegetables. Anything that is frost tender goes in the summer box. Beans. Pumpkins like winter squash, summer squash, any kind of melon are right here. Back up a little. And then I have some boxes right here. This is actually like a separator for like your underwear drawer or your sock drawer. Works just fine for this. These are all my peppers, hot and sweet peppers. In the back I've got like cucumbers. And then that pack right there, that is ground cherries. There's eggplant back in there too. And then this basket is full of tomato seeds. I have a tomato problem, which is hilarious because I don't have a ton of room and I can't possibly grow all of these, but there is something about seeing a new tomato variety that I think is awesome. And that's kind of the way that I am. If I haven't found my favorite kind of seed yet, I keep trying. I keep going. I'll show you an example, I guess. Here, this is my very favorite cucumber. It's a silver slicer cucumber. It's by Hudson Valley Seed Company. It's actually the only one I buy now. So I only have a couple things of cucumbers because every year I save seed from this, or if my seed's getting a little wonky, I'll buy a new set every once in a while. It's this really pretty light color. It doesn't have a lot of spiny, sticky points to it. It grows really well. It's good cut up fresh. It's good in my jars for canning. We just like it for everything. So, and it grows well in my yard. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. I keep trying different varieties. If I find something I love, sticking with it. Shishito peppers. Loved them last year. Sticking with them. Always going to have them. But I'm always sucked in by the thrill of something new. So those ones are pretty organized because I went through them to see what I had. I'm a little afraid to open this one. She's a little bit of a mess. This is my flower drawer. Looks like I put all my zinnias over here. If I had to pick one flower to grow, it would be zinnia. And I will buy any zinnia seed that calls my name. This is a whole bunch of mess of things. Snapdragons, cosmos, calendula, coreopsis, echinacea, sweet peas, Canterbury bells, all kinds of stuff. And then this is where I throw everything. As I'm saving it, I make it in these little packets. These are saved seeds. Or I might have been planting these seeds. Or I might have ordered a shipment of seeds and they ended up in here. So I have to go through this still, but I'll go through all of this and check it out. Just so I know what I have before I buy any more seeds. Because I'm going to be honest, I bought some seeds and they may or may not have been seeds that are already inside of here. Yeah. But now I start them in different kind of containers depending on what kind of seed they are. Things like onions that are very small seed and take a very long time to grow. Celery. I'll start a whole bunch of seeds in one container and then I will pull them apart when they're bigger and get them individual cells. Things like peppers, I'll start those in their own container and then I'll graduate them and kind of pot them into bigger containers. And I love to use solo cups. I put holes in the bottom of solo cups. They line up really nice in these 10-20 trays down here. And I'll line up in those 10-20 trays. I'll bottom water them from those slits that I put in the bottom. And then they each have a nice big pot with a lot of growing medium in it. I'll fertilize them a couple times with like a fish emulsion, and then they're good until I have to take them outside. Because in Michigan, you never know when they're going to go outside. They could go outside early, or you could be freezing in the middle of May and they could be stuck inside until the first week of June. So you don't really know. So depending on what it is, I start it in a smaller container, I up pot it, and they live here underneath the lights on my shelves. You like my chicken paintings up there? Ava and Louie made those for me. And I start them and they live down here until they're ready to go outside. I do have a heater down here, so I can use that if I need the temperature to be warmer, if my seeds are not showing good signs of germination, or if it's like a really cold part of the winter. That doesn't typically happen, but I do turn it on once my hot loving things start going. Tomatoes, peppers, those kind of things. I will turn that on and run it down here for a little while. This is my other shelf. Dead herbs. Listen, I can grow anything outside. I can't keep things alive in the house. Look, dead thyme. That's a dead sage plant. I don't know. Dead rosemary. It's bad. It's bad. I don't know why. I keep all my tools and stuff down here. I've got bags for seeds and things like that. Those are hot sauce bottles. I got an auger for bulbs. That Haas box is from Haas Seeds, and it is a giant growing container to put in my driveway that never made it out last year. These are the sizes that I kind of use. So I went on Amazon and bought these. These are 2-inch pots, but they're hard and they're reusable. So what did I do is I use these for things like cabbage, flowers, cucumbers. This is what I start my peppers in. And then the plants that have to stay inside for a long time get moved to solo cups. And all I do is put them in here. I take a marker and write their name on them. This one's already got holes dunked in the bottom. I have an old steak knife I use for them. And then they stay in those and grow. This is the kind of container that I would use. I save these old lettuce containers, and I'll use these to start my onion seedling, something that's got a shallow root system. But these kind of things all stay down here and get potted up and live on these shelves. And I have this shelf. I have this shelf. Once growing season starts, I've got 3 tables like this that'll come out. I've got a table over here. It gets pretty good. I've got a shelf system over there I can pull over. So all this stuff will end up over here in this room, and hopefully with the ideal circumstances. Well, hello up there. Garden cat. That's Gracie. Hi, Gracie. Hi. Say hello to YouTube. No? All right. Yeah. So my seed starting thing is all down here. I keep it all together. One day, maybe I'll have a permanent greenhouse. I did build a temporary greenhouse one year out of pallets. It worked good. The basement's warmer. I can better start things down here. And Brent likes it better because I don't make a giant mess. So for now, this is where all the seeds go. So this weekend, I will finish going through all of those flower seeds that I have in that bottom drawer, sorting them out by kind, seeing what it is I need, when they bloom, making sure I've got enough of every kind. And then what I do is I take an inventory. So this is an inventory of all my beans. I have a lot of beans. And what I'll do is I'll take an inventory of everything that I have, and then I'll make a list so that when I go to start seed shopping, I am going to have a list saying, hey, don't buy rattlesnake beans because you already have 2 packs of them downstairs. I shouldn't have bought any seeds this year until I did this. But I can't stop sometimes. Sometimes the seeds just look really good. Sometimes they look exciting. Sometimes I get emails with good coupon codes on Black Friday and things happen. So I may have done that already. But in theory, do as I say and not as I do. Make a list of what you got before you start hunting for seeds. So this was step 1 in my seed buying journey, and we'll bring you step 2 in a couple days.